everyone, it's Melanie here with Vintage Hill Studio. I'm so glad you dropped by to join me today. I'll be showing you how to make a simple split panel card. This is a great way to use some big, bold, patterned designer paper. Paper that has a big, bold design like this lends itself well to the split panel card. So you can see I'm starting with a 5x7 inch card base, and I'll be using this beautiful paper from K & Company. And I'll bring over my Fiskars cutter here, and I'm going to cut a 4x6 mat. That will leave a 1/2 inch border around the whole card front. You can, for all the dimensions that I used on this card, you can visit my blog at the link below. I welcome you to come over and take a look. I have all the supplies and the dimensions listed on that blog. Okay, so I'm just getting this cut into 4 equal sections, and I want to make sure I keep those together. So visually, even though it's cut into split panels, you've got the visual of the whole design there. Right, to help me keep things lined up, I just cut a template from a scrap piece of craft card, and you can see I've got a 1/2 inch border around each edge, and I'm going to take my pencil and lightly give myself some guidelines here so that when I remove the template I can kind of see where I want to line up these panels. Alright, hope you can see my pencil marks. Then I will start with the panels, and I know since my card is 7 inches long, 3.5 inches will mark the center, and I've already marked a little tick mark there at the bottom and top of my card to show me where that 3.5 inch mark is. And then you can see I'm simply going to put this panel back on the front, leaving about a 1/16 inch dividing line between each panel. Again, for those big, bold printed papers, this is a wonderful card to make to use up some of that paper you may have lying around. So I will take foam tape and adhere that to the back of each one of these strips and just get them ready to adhere on the front of my card. Get that all down, and I don't want a whole lot of dimension on here. I just want to pop these little panels up on the front just to give it a little extra something. I'm having to trim down my foam tape here so it stays hidden behind each panel, and I will go back to that 3.5 inch mark and go 1/16 of an inch off of center. Peel off my foam tape and get one of those center panels adhered to the front just to start. And I'm trying to line that up with that little pencil mark that I made just to give me a good starting point and get that adhered down. Before I go much further, I'm going to take my little eraser here and get rid of those pencil marks. I can still see a faint line of where I had a pencil, which is just fine because the panels will cover up any residual pencil mark on the front. So again, using this T ruler, this really helps me keep things aligned along the bottom. Going with that 1/16 of an inch division line and moving across with each of my panels until I get them all adhered down on the front of my card. So you can see you don't need any dies or anything to create this card. So I hope you'll get encouraged to give it a try. The T ruler helps, but with your template you can do this just as easily staying within your pencil lines. And that's basically it for this card. You can see I've got a little dimension there and the division between each of the panels. And then I'll be using this Little Birdie clear stamp set, Sending You Hugs Sentiment, and I did die cut that after I stamped it, and I'll be using these brads on each end there, and I can manipulate the little arms of these brads so that they stay behind my die cut by just bending them around to make sure they don't show from the front. Then I'll take a little liquid adhesive, run that around this die cut, and I'll be ready to adhere that on the front of my card. I decided to go over and put it over the largest flower there on the right. That's what looked best to me. Get that put down, and you can see how quickly this card came together. I encourage you to look through your stash. Look for those big bold prints and see if any of them would be conducive to this split panel card. So there's my finished card. From the outside, I've got a simple sentiment on the inside, and then my stamp on the back. So I hope you enjoyed this card tutorial today and that you will get inspired to give it a try. Again, please feel free to subscribe to either my blog or my YouTube channel, and I'll catch up with you next time. Happy crafting, everyone!